With the release of the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro this week, I wanted to take the time to share and showcase some of my favorite free editing apps for iOS. Because let's be honest, the new phone line is going to make everybody feel like a pro photographer. And now you need to know how to edit those photos. This top 5 list of editing apps are all free to download, with some having in-app purchases for more advanced editing techniques and tools. So let's get started with this list with Snapseed. Chances are, if you're a photographer in any capacity, you've heard of Snapseed. Prior to Lightroom coming to mobile, a lot of professional photographers or people that wore the hat of photographer downloaded and used Snapseed. It has a lot of the key features that a Lightroom has, but this app is totally for free. By simply taking or adding a photo from your camera roll, you're then able to go into Tools, Tune Image, and play with nearly every setting, including brightness, contrast, saturation, ambience, highlights, shadows, and the warmth of a photo. To use any of these tools, simply tap on them and swipe your finger left or right. This will change the intensity of the tool. Once you find something you like, you can always hold your finger on the photo to see the before and after. And then via the export button, you are then able to share, open in, or save your photo. I suggest saving as a copy, as you don't want to overwrite your original. Save as a copy, that will go directly into your camera roll, then you can post it. Next up, we go super simple. The next app we're going to be talking about is an app called Huji. It is a clone of a disposable camera. I love it. This app gives you instant access to a vintage feel disposable camera. The best part about this app is you don't have to wait or send your footage off to a 24-hour processing place, if those exist anymore. All you need to do is make sure, in my personal preference, the flash is always on. And then you hold up your camera to your eye, or tap the viewfinder. It'll bring up a full screen of our camera. And then we take a photo, go into the lab, and then we have a vintage feel photo from a disposable camera. You're able to turn on and off the dates that are in the bottom right corner of these photos. I tend to like them. I grew up in the era of disposable cameras and getting your pictures back knowing the dates that they were taken at. You're then able to download them and save them to your photos, where then you can post them. If you're not interested in having that date, you're also able to go into the top 3-bar line in your lab and you can turn on and off the date format. There's a viewfinder touch mode, create Huji albums in your photos, so anything you take with this app will be saved directly into that folder if that's something you're into. I really do love this app. Everything about it is just super fun, and I don't know. I think it's a great free app to own to give yourself some of the nostalgia that owning a disposable camera allowed, and you don't have to wait for your photos. Cool, on to the next app. So what we're gonna do now is share another disposable camera clone with you. This app is called David's Disposable. It's David Dobrik's disposable vlog camera app. It's pretty cool. It does have the same features, and this one actually also says keep your flash always on. You're also able to rotate to take selfies as you are with Huji. I'm not into the selfie cameras because I really think the flash, the hard shadow flashes from disposable cameras kind of added to the charm of the photos. There's also sound effects. But again, all you do is you take that photo. The main difference with this disposable app is that all the photos that you take are actually in rolls, so they don't develop until 9 a.m. the next morning. So yes, this is another camera clone, but it feels a little bit more realistic. I would say by owning this app, it keeps you in the moment, where you can just snap a bunch of photos of what you're doing, hanging out with friends, traveling, and then not have to worry about or constantly think about posting the photos that you take until 9 a.m. or later the next day. If you want to bypass this, all you have to do is go into your phone settings, go into General, Date and Time, take offset automatically, and then simply just go a day in advance. Close out, reopen David's, close it, open it up, and then all the photos that you just took will be there in the roll for you. You'll be able to see everything that you took from that day if you're dying to see them. So kind of a little hack. Also, make sure that you set automatically once you're done stealing those photos. The next app we're going to talk about is called Afterlight. And while Afterlight has photo editing sliders, this app's key feature is editable presets. So just for instance, we're going to take this photo that I took of my background right here. We can then open up the sliders panel to change the brightness and contrast, but you are very limited in it. If you hit the center triangle button, you can then see that there are a bunch of presets. So just like any other preset, it automatically gets applied, and then there's a slider for you to adjust the intensity of that preset. Once you find a preset that makes you feel good, you just hit, I don't like any of these. Hit that OK button, and then we can go back into brightness, change that a little bit, boost that contrast up, and I like the feel of that. Cool. So this app is definitely an easy preset app to use. The unfortunate thing about it is that it has a ton of in-app purchases. A nice feature for any photo editor would be use of curves, and to use this, it requires a premium account, so you have to pay monthly to be able to use this. Now, while it's only $1.49 a month, or you can get it billed monthly, I'll show this on screen right now, you have to decide for yourself if the feel of the photos you're editing using this app is worth that money. Or you could just get better at editing photos in other free apps and save yourself the money. Okay, so lastly, we have an app called 3D Lut Mobile. Now, the way that this app works feels a lot more like a tool than it does an app. It has some really great built-in community features where if you do create LUTs, you can upload them to this app and people can use them. The best part about using preset LUTs is once you choose one and apply it to your photo, you can then go in and make it your own. So for instance, we're just gonna open up another random photo. This one is of my friend's dogs. So what we can do is go right into LUT. We can pick one from user uploads. We'll see what kind of vibe they have. Let's go with something that keeps the color. I like this one, it feels fall-y, but we're gonna drop it a little bit, keep some of those browns. And then once we're here, you can then see there's a change. You can hold down your finger on the photo to see what the before and after was. Now, let's change this up a little bit more. Let's drop contrast, drop some brightness, increase that white balance to give it a fall feel. We're not going to touch tint. I don't like that. We're going to saturate the photo a little bit more. Don't want to make the blacks too much, but I want you to see that the dogs are dark. I like that. Boost our texture, make it sharp, make it pop. And we do. We got fall dogs right there. I like it. Now we do, we hit OK, save to gallery, and that's it. Now if you don't like that, you can go in and change LUTs as you need, or just use the sliders to adjust accordingly. The other nice thing about 3D Lut Mobile is it easily allows you to change your photo ratio. You can do a 16:9, 3:2, 4:3, 5:4, 1:1, etc., etc. It's great if you're going to crop your photos in-app to be able to post to other socials. And then all you have to do is hit that check button, save it to your gallery, or send it directly to another app to post. It's a great free app and will definitely up your photo editing game. Be sure to tag me in any photos that you take using some of these editing apps if you did find them from here. I'd love to see what you guys are editing and creating and shooting. If you're somebody who's interested in finding out about new and upcoming apps, tech, or gadgets, be sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. It breaks my heart to know that 99% of you guys are not subscribed. Come on now. Oh, and while you're at it, watch another app video, games or productivity. Pick your poison. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.